Hello, welcome back to another MythBuster video, blue chip. I first heard that term way back in high school. When I used to hear, I heard that from my dad talking about stock investment, right? He would talk about what company to invest in. This is the good old days, where you had to sit there and read the Wall Street Journal and all kind of publications, to determine what to invest in. So much work way back then instead of what we have now with information overload, right? But back to blue chip. So in the 80s, sure enough, the term blue chip as far as the stock market referred to IBM, GE, Coca-Cola, right? McDonald's. Those are well-known, solid, big company. And guess what? Fast forward to today, Coca-Cola still pretty big, still considered blue chip by many people, and as well as McDonald's. But what happened to GE? If you haven't paid attention, GE is roughly 80 or 85%, if not 90% below its all-time high. If you invest in GE 20 years ago, you likely lost money. Yeah, that's how poorly GE has done over the past 20 years. Horrible. Horrible. Okay? I think GE hit the height around 2000 when the stock was over 60 bucks. Now it's $7-ish. Okay? Unbelievable. So, same thing with IBM. After the 1987 crash, okay, IBM was just never the same. And then, of course, as the PC, personal computer, start to explode and become so cheap for everyone to use, IBM, bread and butter, mainframe, computing, and all the other stuff, yeah, it's yesterday's news. IBM didn't innovate fast enough to stay in the blue chip. Okay, and that's where this MythBuster come in, is that I think a lot of people in this hobby, in the comic book collecting hobby, would refer to many books as a blue chip. And then somehow there's a myth that blue chip books does not go down. Blue chip books always go up. Blue chip books hold its value. Yeah, I'm sure if you are in this hobby longer than a year or two, you probably have heard of people talking about blue chip books in many channels, in many videos. Yeah. Well, guess what? With the way the comic market has fallen, especially in many big books from gold to silver and bronze, how many of those so-called blue chip didn't go down? Right? They all, for the most part, went down. The only question is how much. So, I want people to learn from the lessons that have been taught in this market in the past year and a half, since the end of 2018. I'm shooting this video. I lost track of the day because, with the pandemic and the lockdown, every day seemed the same. I'm shooting this video at the end of June, okay? Near the end of June. So depending on when I load it, at least you can time it, okay? June 2020. So over the past 16, 18 months, we have seen significant decline for a lot of big books. A lot of books that people would call blue chips, right? From Amazing Fantasy 15 for the Silver Age. And then if you go to the Bronze Age, you don't have to go far to talk about how Hulk 181 came down. And then Golden Age, Superman 1, Captain America 1, there was multiple Captain America 1 in the past few months from April to May that was auctioned off on Comic Link that went lower, significantly lower. And then if you pay attention to other Golden Age books, you know, whether it's, you know, All-Star 8, First Wonder Woman, my God, that book was a sleeper for so long, and then it got a huge bump with the first Wonder Woman movie. But then since then, it has done nothing but going down. Nothing but going down. Even with the second movies looming to come out. Okay? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how rare those books are. Okay? Let's make it very clear. Captain America 1 is super rare. Okay? Compared to Hulk 181 or Amazing Fantasy 15. Is it as rare as Action 1? No. But when it comes down to blue chip, okay, Golden Age, blue chip, that book is mentioned up there. Is it in the top 10? Depend on who you talk to, right? But no doubt there's not one person that is in this hobby for a long time that would not consider Captain America 1 is a blue chip book. Well, it went down. All-Star 8 may not be a blue chip book. It went down. Superman 1, I'm pretty sure is a blue chip book. I'm pretty sure that also went down. If you comb through GBA to see what's going on with that book in the past 2 years, I have not paid close attention to that book, but I'm pretty sure just about every Golden Age keys that hit the market in the past 18 months probably went down. Probably is being optimistic, more like most likely went down, right? So sure, there are still hard books. No one is disputing that certain books are hard, like Fantastic Four #1 or X-Men 1. There are some Silver Age books that are still in the topic of conversation because of the movies and all that, but overall, keep in mind, okay, that blue chip can go down, as well as blue chip can become not blue anymore. You know, just like the stock market, right? Tastes change from generation to generations. Collectors may not look at something the same. You know, if you go back to the 80s, even the 90s, there's a lot of books, a lot of Golden Age books that are blue chip, top 10, top 20, top 50. If you have Overstreet Price Guide from the 80s, you can see that list. A bunch of those books in the top 20s, as far as Golden Age, are no longer in the top 20. No longer. They're not even close in the top 20. Like, you know, a lot of the Disney stuff, cartoon related comic books, yeah, it's just not the same. Okay, so blue chip can go down and blue chip can go unblue, depending on how the future generation prefer. Okay, because it's always dependent on the future generations, on what is still hot or what is still in demand. So keep that in mind. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.